In today's video, I'm going to be doing a cost breakdown on how much it costs to build up my Schwinn Axum DP behind me. No, it is not worth it. Thanks for watching. At least let me do my price breakdown. Okay, fine. Go ahead, but I really don't see the point. So, let's start with the cost breakdown. So, the Schwinn Axum DP itself was $499 from Walmart. Now, I have seen a lot of the Walmart bikes go up by almost $50. However, the Schwinn Axum is still retailing for $499 as it was when I bought it almost a year ago now. So the first upgrade that I did, because the stock fork on this bike is a horrible coil fork, and within a week of riding it, I had already broken the mechanical lockout on mine. So that absolutely had to go. Luckily, I was given a RockShox Reba RL 2013 that was in need of a rebuild. It had cracked dust seals. But if I was not given that, that would have been $300 and $400 if it had a rebuild on it. To install that fork, I originally tried to kind of reuse the front headset, the original open bearing headset that comes with this bike, and get a new bottom crown race for it. Okay, so now after running out of storage for the third time, I'm back to filming on my iPhone 6s this time, so sorry for the video quality. As I was saying, when I put on the fork, I tried to reuse the stock unsealed headset. Now, the crown race is for a non-tapered steel fork, so I had to get a new fork crown race, which did not end up fitting the bearing, and long story short, about 2 trips to the bike shop and $50. Did not resolve it, and it ended up kind of eating itself, so I replaced that with a $37.25 upper and lower fund headset. Once I put the fork on, I realized that the 2.6 tire barely cleared the fork, and I had a couple incidents where the top crown of the fork and the tire got mud and leaves jammed between it, and the wheel locked up, and I almost went over the bars a couple of times. So I ended up getting a 2.4 Maxxis Recon tire, and this fork can fit up to a 2.4, I believe, and that was $40. Now, after that, I ended up getting the Box 3 Prime 9 group set for $200. And the one thing I'd say about this is the cassette's a bit heavy, and the shifter does not come off without taking off the brake and the hand grip. But other than that, great group set. After that, I had Shimano MT200 hydraulic brakes for $120. These stop the bike well. I'm not using this bike for downhill or anything, so the cable actuated brakes that came on this were horrible and did not stop the bike. These fun Mamba pedals I got for $58 off eBay from a seller in Vietnam. Normally they retail for about $120 on Amazon. After that, I wanted to build the wheel set, so I paid $102 for spokes. Instead of buying the $20 Amazon spokes, I decided to actually get ones that are made out of good steel and won't snap and ruin my wheels. For these wheels, I have Raceface AR35 offset wheels for $80 a wheel, so that came out to $160. The hubs that I put on these are $80 JG Bike hubs. I'm not sure about recommending these yet, because they're definitely not Shimano or SRAM quality, and I'm not totally sure how long they're going to last, although after a year I'm probably going to do an update video on that. And once I put the wheels together, I needed to set up tubeless, so I paid $40 for a tubeless setup kit, which came with sealant and tape and valve stems, and that was $40. The tires on here are specialized. I have an eliminator on the rear and a butcher on the front, and they were $75 in total because I got them 50% off at my local bike store. This 2.6 clears the rear okay, and the 2.3 is good on the front. After that, I had to replace the fork pop lock to lock and unlock the damper, so that was $15 for, this is actually the third one I've had on here. Don't get the cheap one off Amazon, it just doesn't work good and kind of marks up your bars if you clamp it on there. So I paid $15 for the actual RockShox one. Fun bars were $42. I think they are 785 millimeter wide, 15 millimeters or 30 millimeters rise. I will put it down here. To complement those, I got $17 fun grips with the double aluminum retainer. I've crashed a few times and they are not tore up at all, so I'm happy about that. After that, I got the fun Crossfire stem for $50. Great stem, good bolts, good quality. After that, I bent the derailleur and the hanger and decided that I was done with the Box 3 and I would upgrade to a Box 2. All the Box 3 through 1 products are basically cross-compatible with each other. So I could just pop the Box 2 derailleur in there, and I'm way happier with the Box 2 derailleur versus the Box 3. It shifts so much better. The clutch on the Box 3 is fine. Box 3 is not going to drop chains, although my Box 3 may have been broken because it actually somehow managed to get bent, as well as the hanger at the same time when I tried to straighten out the derailleur thinking it was the hanger that I bent. So don't do that. Make sure your hanger's actually bent before you go yanking on stuff. When I replaced this, I decided it was time to drill out these cable stops and get some new cable housings, so that was $10. The PNW loam lever was 70 bucks. Highly recommend that. Really nice lever, really nice feel, unlike the garbage one that comes on the Axum. It almost pinches your finger, doesn't have a bearing in it or anything. When I did the drivetrain upgrade, I needed the $20 cassette tool to get the lock ring off, so that's something that you'll have to invest in. There's no way getting around that. You'll have to buy that. And so the total with all those numbers would be $2,169. Now, since I got the fork and the dropper post lever for free from a friend, thank you very much, that was $1,980. Just include the $170 trim stand to build up the wheels, and the $120 I had to spend in material. Actually, my parents bought it for me, but oil and rebuild kit. Thank you very much. Planning on taking a Walmart bike this far, because you have to buy everything twice. You have to buy all the bad stuff that you take off your bike, and then you have to buy the good stuff that you have to put back on. Not to mention it's more expensive because you're not paying the wholesale price that the bike manufacturer is putting out there. Now, if you're planning on buying one of these Walmart bikes, it's a good bike to start out with. It's actually a good bike. However, if your goal is to get a nice mountain bike, don't do this. But if your goal is to learn how to work on a mountain bike and to learn all the bike mechanic stuff, this is a great way to go about doing that, because you are forced to upgrade things yourself, because it's completely unfinancially economical to do it any other way, and it's even financially economical to do it. But once you're in, what does it matter? Just keep going. I mean, I now know a ton about bikes versus when I got this, I basically knew nothing. So yeah, that's what I have to say about buying a Walmart bike and why it's not financially viable.
I told you.